So this video is going to be about the plasma fires over the last week in Florida and in Central Park, New York. So this first image, you see an overturned car here. And the other fires we've seen overturned cars in is Paradise. And it could be the electromagnetics, like a positive and a negative magnet when they come together. It flips the one magnet and then they stick together, but until then they repel against one another. So if you have a positive and a negative pushing on one side and pulling on the other, that might be what flips these cars. In this image, you can see the fence. It's got horizontal runner down here that's completely unburned right there, right there, right there, and right there. Hold on, someone's at the door. Anyway, that was the missionaries who I have no interest in speaking to, considering they both got vaxxed. And anyway, so you see these unburned parts of this horizontal rail that runs through the fence where the vertical slats were burned, but not all the way. Like this one has burn right here, but no burn here. Fences don't burn from the top down. So I don't know if I mentioned it, but these images that we're looking at so far are from the Florida fires, which there is very, 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 very little footage out there for me to be able to take screenshots from and identify these things, which is a bit suspicious. I'll talk more about that in a minute. Here, you can see all these unburnt 2x4s everywhere, but this horizontal one across the top is burned. This horizontal one across the top is burned. This one looks like this 2x4 burnt here, but not here. And there's plenty more where that came from. So I'm not trying to convince any new viewers of what it is that I know in the first video they've ever watched. But the older viewers that have been watching this for 3 or 4 years know what we're looking at. And the one that I'm about to get to in New York, they identified an arsonist who started up to 10 fires in Central Park. He's wearing green pants and a black hoodie, and it's a white male. And then the dispatcher on the other end laughs and goes, oh, okay, we'll get to that in a minute. You see all the unburned? Everything's leveled, but we have unburned wood. That should be enough. I'm not going to go into too great of a detail, try and explain everything I know because, well, we've been doing this long enough. But it is worth a mention that this tree is all burned on the bottom, unburned on the top. All this unburned wood back here, all these unburned 2x4s up here, with the burned wood up here, and everything else is leveled. Maybe this was a garage that didn't have any wiring yet. I don't know. But what I do know is that this is plasma fire. In this one, you can see all the similar imagery of the unburned wood mixed in with the burned wood. And if it would open and zoom for me a little. The rust on this table was not there before the fire. The rust here on this panel was not there before the fire. It's a process of electrolysis using the smoke as a medium for ion exchange instead of oxygen and water and a long duration of time to rust things. Every piece of metal. This one, oh, you can't even see it right there. That one, that wasn't rusty before the fire. You can see rust on that. You can see rust on this. Some more over there. That rust is from the electrolysis of the electromagnetics that are at the heart of these fires. Back here, unburned, burned, unburned. All the mixture of intermittent burn and unburn around here, see these two are burned and the two right next to them are unburned. Fire don't do that. Fire doesn't just burn these two and not burn those two. Electricity does that when it chooses to route through these pieces of wood and not those. Notice how this one's burned right here, not burned here. Likewise with just about every other stick on that building, has some portion of it burned and some portion of it unburned. You see the problem with this? See these burnt horizontals and the unburnt verticals? And everything else, remind yourself, don't forget, everything else is leveled. So how does raw wood stand in the middle of such a fire? Well, wood is an insulator, and these fires just work in mysterious ways. But one thing I do know, I can't explain, I don't have all the answers, but one thing I do know is that this is plasma fire and that there was 168 of them burning in Florida last weekend that all started simultaneously, just like the 10 fires that started simultaneously in New York in Central Park. And this should be about all you need to see to explain that. That's the same tree that we were just looking at a bit closer up. And this little hole right in the middle of the tree, and this part that's glowing red hot, and all of these unburned leaves and little chips of wood all around on the ground. I'm just showing my old viewers this is plasma fire. Anyone who doesn't understand or doesn't know about it already, go back and watch my older videos. Here, this is like one of those logic tests for a 5-year-old. When they show them a picture that has like a shoe stuck to the ceiling or whatever, and they say, what's wrong with this picture? And the 5-year-old is supposed to identify something that is illogical in the picture, like a shoe can't be stuck to the ceiling. You might have taken these tests as a child. Give this to a 5-year-old and they'll probably be able to point out the leaves and the little tiny wood chips burn first. And the giant tree that's completely scorched is right in the middle of all this unburnt stuff. It's real simple. And this pattern right here, burn, unburn.
In Central Park, tourists in shock as flames take over the park, and police say those were no accident. We thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Natalie Pascarella.
And I'm Chuck Scarborough. A lot of unexpected things can happen in Central Park, but brush fires, up to 10 of them in a single day. Well, police are on the case.
They say those flames are the work of a busy arsonist in the northwest section of the park near 110th Street. News 4's Mark Santia live with a breaking news update there from
noon.
And you can see smoke coming down 8th Avenue.
Law enforcement sources tell News 4 a person was seen setting fires in the wooded areas west.
They're destroying our city itself.
Smoke wafted across Central Park North this afternoon.
And you can see smoke.
100 fires, and now the search for a suspect. Smoke wafted across Central Park North this afternoon.
And you can see smoke coming down 8th Avenue.
Law enforcement sources tell News 4 a person was seen setting fires in the wooded areas near 107th and Central Park West.
So you could see in that last news clip, while they're showing you this tree with a little tiny hole burned out in the middle, they're telling you that police said they saw someone starting fires. In some of the reports, they reported as a white male wearing green pants and a black hoodie. What I'm about to show you, and particularly what I want you to listen to, this is about a 35-minute video straight from the FDNY where the guy's walking around communicating to the other firefighters on radio. Listen for yourself.
They started to push it.
3 Battalion 1-1. Good job. Hey, Mike, did you give it 1041-1 yet? Negative. I was waiting for you to do that. Yeah, all right. We're going to do it. I guess Captain Mulvihill said there was a witness that told him that they saw somebody lighting fires around here this morning.
There you go. Somebody was lighting fires here in the morning.
Away of the RMP. Yeah, okay.
Did you hear it? The one firefighter, as soon as he hears someone say, Captain whoever said that someone told him that they saw someone starting fires here this morning. The other firefighter goes, yeah, there you go. Someone was starting fires here this morning. You could hear it in his voice. He's like, yeah, run with that. There you go. Captain said someone told him they saw someone starting fires. And the guy on the other end, yeah, okay. And you hear him chuckle. You hear something else in there about an RNC, via the RNC. Maybe they're speaking of a roadway. Maybe they're speaking of the Republican National Committee. Why the guy chuckled when he heard that Captain Mobius said someone told him that they saw someone starting fires. The one firefighter goes, yeah, there you go. Someone was starting fires here this morning. And the other guy on the other end goes, okay. He chuckled. Even if someone did walk up to Captain Mobius and say they saw someone starting fires, he ain't that fucking stupid. There is a concerted effort to keep this very quiet.
All right, they started to break it.
Battalion 1-1. Good job. Hey, Mike, did you give it 1041-1 yet? Negative. I was waiting for you to do that. Yeah, right. We're going to do it. I guess Captain Mulvihill said there was a witness that told him that they saw somebody lighting fires around here this morning.
There you go. Somebody was lighting fires here in the morning.
Away of the RMP. Yeah, okay.
Did you hear it? He said, yeah, okay. And did you hear the other fire go, yeah, there you go. Someone was lighting fires here this morning. As if there's the narrative I'm looking for. Run with it. Go with that. Push that narrative. There you go. Did you do a 1041-1 yet? What's that? A report of the cause of the fire? No, I was waiting for you to do that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do it then because Captain Mobius said that someone told him that they saw someone lighting fires. The other one goes, yeah, there you go. Someone was lighting fires here this morning. The other guy on the other end of the radio goes, okay. And he laughs. He knows that that's bullshit. So this is back to the Florida fires that happened last week. And in this news clip, you're going to see them blame it on a hurricane that happened 4 years ago. And they're going to talk about 2 fires. They might even talk about a 3rd fire. But I'm about to show you that another news broadcast is talking about 168 currently ongoing fires. And you're going to watch this limb spontaneously combust. They show the same clip twice. Like in that previous video where they showed you the hole in the tree while they're saying, police say they're suspecting an arsonist. And they're showing anyone with eyes to see that this is plasma fire. Likewise, in this video, they show the same clip twice where this limb spontaneously combusts.
And a different kind of destruction happening.
Oh, hold on. Gotta get the volume up.
And a different kind of destruction happening along the Florida Panhandle. 2 massive wildfires continue burning through thousands of acres. A state of emergency issued across several counties with thousands of people forced from their homes. Correspondent Kelly Beeson joins us live. And Kelly, those fires actually being fueled by something that happened 4 years ago. Yeah, you're right, Nicole. Both fires happening in the same area where Hurricane Michael made landfall in 2018. And that hurricane resulted in 16 deaths and about $25 billion in damages. The Florida Forest Service says the hurricane left behind 72 million tons of destroyed trees that have provided fuel for both blazes that are now raging. More than 1,100 people have been evacuated as a result. Dozens of bulldozers have been deployed to.
I'm going to show you again. They show this clip twice, but at one point they show about 2 seconds of it, and in the other point they show 4 or 5 seconds of it. Where this limb here combusts, this limb here combusts, and then they both get blown out by the wind. Now this camera angle looks stationary. They didn't show you 10 seconds before the ignition here and the ignition here, or that might have made it obvious to the average person that there was no flame sneaking up from over here or down here or down here, that these branches combusted at the tip of the branch. If you'd have saw a few seconds prior to combustion, it would become very obvious and apparent. But they showed 1 second prior to combustion and 1 second after. But It appears that the camera was mounted stationary. So they have the previous 10 seconds before that and the following 10 seconds after that. And if you saw a full 30-second clip where suddenly a tree just combusts, spontaneous tree combustion, you'd recognize what you're looking at. My point is, they seem to be getting very scarce with the video footage that people like me, who have already become familiar with this, can freeze frame and take screenshots of and relay the understandings to you. They show it for those with eyes to see, just like the previous video where they said police are looking for a suspect while they're showing you a hole burned in the middle of the tree like a freaking laser went through it. So they are showing just enough for the people that are already in the know to write it off as, oh, yep, there's another plasma fire. But they're not going to show you 10 seconds or even 5 seconds of the camera sitting here and no flame in the area, anywhere in sight, anywhere, and then suddenly this limb combusts. They're just going to show you the 1 second before, and only the people that know what's going on are able to see that. Where did it catch fire from? Where did the fire come from? The average person will tell you, oh, there must have been an ember. One of those hot embers must have flown over there in the wind and landed on that branch and suddenly combust. Because they're trying to fit what they're seeing within the bookends of their known reality, and they don't understand that these limbs have little tiny particles of metal in them. And they're highly charged electrically, on the verge of combustion. That's why James Grundvig titles this field-activated combustion synthesis, because there's actually very little combustion. Most of it burns like a hot dog in the microwave. When you pull that hot dog out of the microwave, it was never on fire, but it comes out black and crispy. It never combusted. I've shown you many a times that these fires burn flamelessly. Links will be in the description for all of the videos I've just highlighted, and I'm going to wrap this one up because it's already going on 17 minutes. But police are looking for a suspect. Yeah, Captain says that someone told him that they saw someone starting fires. There you go. There you go. Someone was starting fires here this morning. Okay. Okay.
At Central Park and West 110th Street. Police are looking for a white male wearing green pants and a black hooded shirt. They say he was seen setting the fires. We spoke to and West 110th Street. Police are looking for a white male wearing green pants and a black hooded shirt. They say he and West 110th Street. Police are looking for a white male wearing green pants and a black hooded shirt. They say he was seen setting the fires. We spoke to one.
And then they interview random lady who saw the smoke and came over to check it out. And she tells you how it's a shame that white guy with the green pants and the black hoodie, he really needs some help. He's mentally ill.
That's a person who needs help. It's a shame that that person needs help. And with everything going on in the world right now and...
Lady, you need help. One final note, back to Florida regarding the 168.
Well, this morning, crews are working to get several wildfires burning in Florida under control.
Two of the biggest fires are still raging in the Panhandle. And Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Ali Gargaro is joining us right now. And Allison, there are 168 fires burning across the state this morning. That's 168 fires burning across the state this morning. That's exactly right. This map behind me shows all of the wildfires in Florida right now. The red